me dead in the eyes and goes, you know I'm not gonna kiss you right now.
No, no. Babe, welcome then to the channel.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome.
This video is one that we are so excited to share with you guys.
So excited.
So excited. It's definitely our most requested video. If you saw the title, it is our engagement story, and we're gonna share all the juicy details of why he chose this spot, that time that he didn't kiss me, and we're gonna show you the drama. Yeah, we're gonna tell you the drama with the ring, how it almost didn't come in time, and we're gonna show you the footage from the actual sweet moment.
Ooh, the sweet moment. Oh,
the sweet moment. Yeah. So where should we start?
Okay, so the first thing was getting the ring. I don't know if you guys are caught up, but if you're not, you can go back and watch the other relationship series, Our Story series.
Four parts. This is part 5.
Yeah, this is part 5. So you can go back into one of those other parts, and it talks about how when Tori was deciding to move out to LA, it was really important for her to move out here as an engaged woman. And I totally understand her side of things. My perspective was that we should live in the same city for a little while first, because we've only dated long distance. It would probably be smart for us to be physically around each other for, I don't know, a few months, maybe a few days before I buy the ring. And that's actually what happened. So she took one for the team, and she moved out here July 1st of 2018. And it literally took probably 4 hours of her being inside LA for me to be like, oh, okay, what the heck am I doing? Like, I just need to propose to this girl. I just spit on the camera.
Oh, that's cute.
Whatever. And so July 2nd was the day I purchased the ring. So fast forwarding to later in the month, the guy who was actually gonna make the ring is in New York. So I had a job in New York City the day of my birthday, which is July 30th. Mark your calendars. And plug.
Tell him happy birthday.
And so I was gonna land in New York on my birthday, go get the ring, and like a really cool like personal experience until there was really bad weather in New York City. And so the client that I was going to work in New York with moved the shoot back to Los Angeles. So instead of going to New York, I flew back to LA, and I had no ring. So I landed in LA and I worked the next 2 days, and I contacted the gentleman to send me the ring. And I got a immediate response via email that he was on vacation until August 14th. So he overnighted the ring. I got it August 15th.
Yeah.
And since it was FedExed, I was so nervous that we weren't gonna get it. Remember, we have flights booked out for August 16th. And so like, I need to get this thing.
Yeah, he was so like, I thought we weren't good. I didn't understand why he was so stressed and kind of awkward with me in these couple days. I remember even talking to my friend Nina, like, I don't know what's going on with Chad, but I just feel like he is so stressed and kind of awkward, and it was all because of this situation going on in the background.
I was also trying to put her off my trail as well.
Yeah.
In a sense that trip where I was supposed to go to New York, I told her around that time that I had emailed my accountant, who's my friend Bruce, shout out to Bruce, and I said, hey, can you look at my loans? And can you let me know if I'm in like financial good standing in order to buy a ring? And he gave me some really bad information about my student loans. And that it would be much better if we paid them off all right now. And I kind of had a weird rule where I didn't want to bring a bunch of student loan debt into our marriage. And if you do that, it's totally fine. But like, that was just something personal to me where I didn't want to bring debt into our union.
Because obviously I had moved out, we talked about getting married all the time, and he was like, you know, there's certain things I really wanted to do for you, for us. It might just back up our timeline a little bit. So I'm like,
ooh, I'm an actor.
Cool. Great. I mean, super thankful that he paid off his student loans. Like, what a blessing. I know that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that in bulk, and so praise Jesus.
So I got notification that the ring was being overnighted. I put this funny sign outside my door. If you see this sign, don't leave without giving me my package, is essentially what I said.
Ring doorbell, knock, kick the door down, yell fire. do what you gotta do to let me know you're here.
And I even took a picture with the FedEx employee.
So cute.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh God. Man, my heart is in my throat right now. Guys, this is just nuts.
So prior to actually getting the ring in my hand, I was thinking to myself, okay, how can I make this special for us? I wasn't able to make it some big like public display of affection. I thought to myself, how can I make this really like personal to us? Because if you're not able to do those really big things like the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum in Rome, or is that how you say it? Colosseum?
Coliseum.
Colosseum. Oh God. Whatever. Sound it out, Chad. Sound it out. And so if you're not able to do those things, a great tip to keeping it meaningful is to make it very personal, because it is personal. So my first thought was, okay, where am I gonna do it? And then it hit me. I had the perfect place to do this. A spot so revered, a spot so known, a spot so primed and ready for redemption. Do you want to tell them about why this spot needed redemption, baby?
Yep. If you've been watching our love story series, you know that he's been kind of teasing this story throughout. And it's the time that he really missed the moment for the first kiss. We were just friends at this point, and we knew we liked each other, but we weren't officially dating yet. And I told him that I had this hidden gym in Tampa, and I didn't know why it wasn't a busier spot, because it's literally so beautiful, immaculately decorated, and it's called Restoration Hardware. And then I took him up to the rooftop, which is just insanely beautiful. It's right by the airport. You get to watch the sunset and the airplanes flying. We're standing up there, we're having this like intimate conversation. And I'm looking at him like, obviously you're about to kiss me, like you're not gonna miss this moment.
It was romantic as heck.
But instead, he looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, you know I'm not gonna kiss you right now.
No, 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 no.
And I was just, honestly, I think I was speechless. I don't even think I said anything. I was just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Way to kill a moment.
Whoops. And it's gone. Tori and I had both listened to this, I don't know if it was a sermon or a speech, but it was by Rich Wilkerson Jr., where he said, what keeps you at 25 and 30 won't keep you at 55 and 60. And so I was like actively thinking to myself, like, okay, how can we invest in the things that are gonna keep us at 55 and 60? And so I was just at a place where I'm like, you know what? I would love to kiss those lips right now, but like I just want to talk to you. I just want to get to know you.
Now I get to kiss him whenever I want.
Y'all, I about had to cut somebody. You don't mess with Gator. So I didn't kiss her on that spot, and that's becoming like a joke amongst us and our friends, where I dropped the ball on that spot, where it was perfect. The sun was setting, the airplanes were flying.
I'm like, you could have asked me to be your girlfriend right then.
Yeah, I could have sealed the deal right there, but I didn't. And so that's where I decided that it was time for me to propose there.
Now fast forwarding.
I got the ring in hand. Tori and I are packing our bags. She packed up her bags. She came to my apartment, and we're gonna fly out that day. So I'm in the restroom, and I'm packing my toiletries, and I peek outside the restroom door, and I see her laying on my bed next to my backpack that I had already packed the ring in. She was, I kid you not, inches away from the ring that I was trying to hide from her. Her head was laying right next to it. I was like, oh baby, you look so cute. And she had no idea how close she was to it. So the way I disguised the trip and that she wouldn't suspect anything was that it was my dad's birthday. We're going on a birthday vacation trip. The way that kind of worked is that, was that the previous year?
Yeah, so if you watch the love story series, the one on him getting out of the friend zone, a success story, is he wrote me into this wedding tied into his family vacation for his dad's birthday. And so when he asked me like, hey, do you wanna go back for my dad's birthday again this year? I was like, okay, yeah, of course. And so it wasn't like this, oh, we're going on this romantic trip together or like whatever. And so that's why I wasn't suspicious at all.
Yeah, so that's how I was able to keep the intentions behind the trip a secret, because we've done this before. We've been here before.
Yeah, where it all began.
Yeah, when it came time to actually plan the details of what time are we gonna arrive, who's gonna film it, because I know that we'll wanna remember this for a long time, and how I will coordinate everything was really difficult, because you guys may suspect this by now, but Tori and I hang out a lot together.
Ouch.
Oh, babies, are you okay? So where was I, baby? I was mentioning that we hang out a lot is because it's incredibly hard to plan proposing to your girlfriend when she never leaves your side?
That makes me sound like a stage 5 clinger.
You're not that at all, baby. We enjoy hanging out with each other, and it was really hard to plan, and ultimately I needed to talk to her parents. This whole thing happened so fast that I forgot to talk to her parents well out in advance, and so now, and again, we're always around each other, so I'm like trying to find the best time. So like, I remember I talked to her mom. I told her, I was like, I'm gonna go get gas in the car. And I have a screenshot of me like at the gas station talking to her mom. Then her dad actually lives in Singapore, so working through that time zone, I remember I stayed up super late to talk to him. And we ended up talking on the phone for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was a great conversation. He said a lot of very nice things, and I love how much he loves his daughter. And it was
like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m. or something like that. And I remember I go into the restroom, I'm gonna wash my face before I go to bed, and that day, like later that day, I'm gonna propose. And I remember getting on my phone, and I love the Bible app. I love getting like the verse of the day. And the verse of the day for that day, the day I was gonna propose, was Proverbs 18:22. And the verse says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord." And I'm like,
Favor.
I'm probably crying at this point. I'm emotional. I don't know what's happening. Some people call it cliche or coincidence. I don't. I'm very thankful for that moment. I remember I texted my friends and I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I feel like God was telling me, he was like, Chad, you've asked for everyone else's permission but mine, but here it is.
And that's my father.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna propose later that day. So go to bed, wake up, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this? How do I get her to that spot without her knowing it's happening?
He incepted my mind. I thought it was all my idea. That's why I wasn't suspicious of any of it. Like the whole day was so relaxed. We woke up late and we walked around the lake, and on the walk we were like, okay, we're about to be with family for a while. So Chad was like, why don't we just take our time? We'll mosey over to the beach where we were celebrating his dad's birthday.
I was slick, babe.
And so I was literally
slick.
thinking nothing of it, and I was about to wear like yoga pants because I was just thinking we were going to the beach like super casual. And so that's when he was like, well, why don't we, I'll make reservations at one of your favorite restaurants, which is Cooper's Hawk. He went as far as like making fake reservations at this restaurant.
Shout out to Cooper's Hawk.
Yeah.
I called them for a reservation, and because I genuinely was like, okay, we'll just go there after I propose. But they were like, no, we're full. Sorry, bro. Like, no. I'm outside. I'm like, listen, I need you to do me a solid. Can you email me or text me a fake reservation? And they did. And I think I actually have that screenshot. And so, so I told her, I was like, hey, you should probably get dressed up. We're gonna go to one of your favorite restaurants.
And so when he said that, I was like, oh, well, if we're gonna go, by the mall, we're gonna go to Cooper's Hawk, we should go to Restoration Hardware because it's gonna be around sunset. So I thought this whole thing was my idea, and he just knew. He knew that I was gonna suggest going there if we were gonna go to Cooper's Hawk.
It worked so seamlessly, I could not believe it. This is where things get real. The ring is now in my pocket of my jeans that are probably a little too tight. And whenever, uh-oh.
So the battery died right when we were getting to the good stuff. But we're back.
Does my voice sound like it's gone? I sound like raspy.
Sexy, man.
Sexy?
Raspy.
I'm like the least sexy person.
Manly raspers.
Okay, so I had the ring in my pocket and I'm super nervous and anxious, and I'm like not talking to her, my stomach's messed up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm trying to text my friends like that are helping, hey, we're on the way to Tampa. So we got there a little early and we went to this little restaurant that's near where Restoration Hardware is. I was like, hey babe, let's just grab a drink and let's just chill out for a few. Let's just relax. Guys and girls, I did nothing to relax. My stomach was jacked up. I went to the bathroom probably 13 times in 20 minutes.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was not good. And so I would go to the restroom to text my friends like, hey, we're 10 minutes out, 5 minutes out, 3, and I didn't have service up there. And all along, my girlfriend and then soon to be fiance, now wife, is just sitting at this table alone, wondering what's going on with her boyfriend and why is he being so weird.
So anyways, we go into Restoration Hardware and we sit on the cloud for a second, and I'm like jacked to get to the rooftop because I don't want to miss the sunset. and he's trying to slow me down. Like, I'm walking up the 4 flights of stairs and he's like, babe, why aren't you holding my hand? I was just like looking around.
I literally said, like, babe, hold my hand. And
yeah.
she's like sprinting up these stairs.
I like couldn't wait.
And I'm like, cause I texted him, I was like, hey, we're gonna start walking up. And so they were like, okay, we're gonna lay out the flower petals, we're gonna turn the camera on, and you know, everything's gonna be great. And she's like, get me up there. Two quick things. The first thing is she had her phone in her hand.
I was so upset. My purse, I had like a little clutch, and my phone actually didn't fit inside the clutch, so I was just holding my phone.
And how do I say, hey, you should put your phone in your purse. Maybe you should hand that thing to me. You're not gonna want it in your hand in a minute. I was not willing to ruin the surprise for that moment. And then the second thing is, as we were walking up the stairs and we're getting to the 4th floor, we're just keep in mind, this place is massive.
Yeah.
As we're walking around the corner, she's like, are you gonna redeem the spot? And I'm like, I think so.
I'm like, are you actually gonna kiss me this time?
And that's what she's thinking, is like, are you gonna kiss me on the spot? And I'm like, oh yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna redeem it.
Yeah, I'm gonna redeem the spot for sure.
It's honestly embarrassing how oblivious I was. Because we walk around the corner, I see the camera set up, I see the yellow rose petals, and I tell him, babe, it looks like they're filming something over there. I don't think we should walk over there.
I'm like, no, we're fine. We can walk over there. Like, no, we're good.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna ruin
She's not
their film.
kidding. She literally said, oh, I don't think we can walk over there. They're filming something. I'm like, oh, they're filming, all right. They're filming. As we walk down to the end of where the rose petals are, I turn to her and I have my speech ready. My speech isn't a long speech, but I think it's a good one. But my speech was something along the lines of like, you know, last time we were here, I wouldn't kiss you because we weren't officially dating, but now we want to start our life together and I won't until we're officially married. And then like, take a knee. I turn to her and I say, you know, and then she starts making out with me. She like came in full force, and you can see it in the video that we're gonna play after this. I can't focus on kissing. I'm a guy, I can only do like one thing at a time. And I had this ring in my pocket and I have a speech ready and my stomach's jacked up and I don't know what's happening. And then I'm like, okay, like I'm done with this. And I just took the ring out of my pocket and took a knee. She never gave me a verbal yes. But I received her joy.
Continued kissing.
I took that as a nonverbal cue that she was agreeing to marry me. And then she kept trying to kiss me, and I just wanted to put the ring on her finger.
I didn't even look at the ring, and I didn't put it on my finger. He just took a knee, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, in my head, I said yes and just kept kissing him. And you'll see in the video where he's like, I'm like, pretty sure I'm supposed to put this on your finger.
Yeah, I'm like, no, like, you know, I don't know if you've done this before.
And then I look at it.
But there's typically something like, you know, the guy takes you somewhere romantic and he shares about how much you mean to him and how he wants to serve you with his life. And then he gets on one knee and then you take a moment and you're like, and then you say yes, and then you put the ring on, then you embrace. Tori took that and like threw it out the window, which is so good, babies. And
I didn't care.
She didn't care, and she still doesn't, which I love that. Yeah, and then our friends came out and surprised us, and then like the great employees from Restoration Hardware came, they took some photos with us.
They were so cute.
And we just had the best, just sweet moment between us.
So, without further delay, we'll share the video footage of that sweet, sweet moment. Enjoy!
maybe I didn't mention why we love going there in the first place. First off, we can't afford to shop there. So we'll go in there, pretend, and like, oh honey, yeah, I think the kids will love this. Ultimately, I think the reason why I chose that place is because one of the things that was so different about doing life with you, baby, was that I've always been at peace with you. I've always felt comfortable with you and like around you and being with you. Like there's never been a worry. There's never like, oh, like this is bad. Is this it? You know, are we done? You know, I've never had that feeling. I always feel at home when I'm with her. I feel safe. I think that's why I wanted to choose that home store, because we would always go into those home stores and just pretend to shop like we were building a home together. And I've always just felt like I'm at home with her, and I think that's where I wanted to choose that place. But after we got engaged, we couldn't go to her favorite restaurant because they were full. And so I chose the next best alternative.
Chick-fil-A!
Hey, Miss Fiance. Oh.
And so we went to Chick-fil-A, we FaceTimed our friends.
Yeah. It was so fun.
They were just so happy. I'm telling you what, if you can find a good community, if you can invest into finding that, there's nothing quite like it.
And then after Chick-fil-A, we drove down and finally went and saw his family. And also, I was wondering why my mom was not answering my FaceTimes. I was like, she's gonna be so upset that I've called all these people before I've talked to her. But Chad was so sweet and he actually kept my mom in the loop, and she drove down while all this was happening and yeah, surprised us at the beach. We'll show you the little reaction I had when I realized that she was there.
Aww.
So there was something super sweet about the ring that I didn't notice until we were at the beach.
So all she wanted was just a super simple ring. She just wanted one stone and one band, just super classic. I wanted to make it unique to us. I wanted to do something that was gonna like share my love for her. I decided to put a diamond on the inside of the ring, a small one, but it basically was to signify her beauty on the inside. I get to see that. Most people, when they just see her on the street, they're like, oh, she's a beautiful girl, but they don't know that she's more beautiful on the inside. And I know that, and I get to see it, and I wanted to praise her for that. And so, oh my goodness. You wanna go make out?
Okay, bye. So anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. It really is just a testament to how great God is inside of our relationship and everything culminating up to that moment.
Culminating, baby, that's a good word. Culminating. Hey Google, define culminating.
Here's the definition of culminate. Reach a climax or point of highest development.
Nice, babe, nice.
Vocabulary. So that is our engagement story. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we do, because it's super special to us. And we're gonna have one more video before our wedding video comes out. So if you want that to be more on like the wedding planning process or preparing for marriage, etc., if you have any thoughts, just leave it in the comments below.
Maybe we should do it on how hard it is being engaged but not married.
Yeah, definitely my least favorite season.
Yeah, same.
We love you guys. Just stay tuned for more.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
So excited that you guys are engaged. I know you guys are going to be a great couple.